Oh man.
There are so many mysteries that exist on our planet that have been left unanswered and unresolved for years. Scientists seem to have answers from time to time. However, even after many years of study, there seem to be some mysteries that result in more questions than answers. What does that mean for the majority of us? It means that these things usually get lumped into the category of paranormal or supernatural, things such as UFOs, Bigfoot, ghosts, and other urban legends. The majority of these urban legends are relegated to a certain area or region of a particular country, but there is one urban legend in particular that has had the attention of the world for decades, and that is the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle. Many of us have heard about it, but very few actually understand what it involves and how it came to be. So what exactly is the Bermuda Triangle? Well, legend says that it's an invisible area in the Atlantic Ocean where ships and airplanes have been known to pass through and completely disappear without any explanation. Although the size the triangle covers is often debated, most agree that the area extends between 3 points: Miami, Florida, the island of Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. However, this isn't any sort of officially recognized territory or danger zone, so you won't be able to find it on any real map. So if it isn't recognized as an official territory, and if science has not been able to prove much about the area, then why does it have such an ominous reputation? Since the mid-19th century, there have been multiple reports of unexplained occurrences in the region. Over the years, more than 50 ships and 20 airplanes are said to have mysteriously disappeared. Some ships were discovered completely abandoned for no apparent reason, but most of them weren't found at all. What makes it even stranger is that the bulk of these ships never put out a distress signal. They simply sailed into the area and were never heard from again. To make it even more eerie, many of the aircraft that went missing in the triangle were the very ones that were sent to search for the ships that had vanished. To this day though, very little wreckage has ever been found from these incidents. With the exception of a few, there is barely any evidence that these vessels even existed to begin with. So is there something mystical about this region that's causing these strange incidents, or is there a more scientific reasoning behind the strange events that take place within the triangle? Throughout the years, there have been much debate as to what could be the actual cause, and a number of theories have sprouted, ranging from methane gas to wormholes, but we'll start by taking a look at the most popular of them. First off is the Milwaukee Depth, the deepest point in the Atlantic Ocean and one of the deepest in the world. Measuring in at 27,493 feet, it has become the source of much of the speculation and legend around the Bermuda Triangle. The underwater topography in this area has many extreme drop-offs that make it easy for any wreckage to be lost forever. In addition, due to how little we have discovered about the ocean as a whole, many have speculated that something could be lurking within these depths, causing ships to go missing. Waterspouts have also been a fairly popular theory, which are essentially tornadoes in the ocean, and they just so happen to be a common occurrence within the Bermuda Triangle. On a regular basis, this area serves as a place where storm systems from the Gulf of Mexico, the United States, and the Atlantic Ocean converge to create huge superstorms. When the conditions are right, they can produce tornadoes, and as they form over water, they become waterspouts. As they occur, water from the ocean is sucked hundreds or even thousands of feet into the air. In addition to the waterspouts, part of the Gulf Stream moves along the edge of the triangle, which can lead to waves of up to 100 feet that appear with little or no warning. The massive size of these waves are capable of completely destroying ships, resulting in very little traces of it ever existing. Methane gas has also been a pretty popular theory, but how does it actually take down a ship? Well, scientists have conducted studies in the area that show huge pockets of methane gas that exist in some spots under the ocean floor. These pockets are constantly being filled from within the Earth itself, and as they become full, they eventually burst, venting excess gas into the water in high concentration. When this happens, it's possible for a massive sinkhole capable of swallowing ships to appear in a matter of seconds. On the other hand, airplanes aren't safe from these methane gas releases either. When the gas reaches the air and the sky, they change the density in a small area around it, causing any plane that flies through it to have some issues. Something else that could contribute to the missing ships are compass malfunctions. There is a very real phenomenon that exists in only the Bermuda Triangle and a couple other places in the world. In the region, compasses have trouble pointing to the magnetic north, being the shifting magnetic North Pole. Rather, the compasses end up pointing to the true north, or the geographic North Pole. This may not seem like a huge deal today. However, for pilots many years ago, it posed an incredibly big and potentially deadly problem. If you don't have any visual references in which to keep a sense of direction, you are left with only your tools on board, and when those are giving you incorrect information, you can easily become lost. Science fiction enthusiasts have gone to great lengths to come up with this next theory, and it seems to hold a lot of appeal in the community.
Welcome to Pitch Tank.
Okay, alright. I'm here to pitch Willshare. There's only ever what? 2 maybe 3 people that will see your will. Your lawyer. And whoever is in that will, right? So on Willshare you can share your will before you die and get likes on it.
Rejected.
Hello, hi, my name is Bernard. I'm here to pitch Krillshare. It's a place where you can share pictures of krill.
What about other aquatic animals?
Yeah, something cool, like a shark.
Why would you want to see pictures of sharks?
Rejected.
Alright. I'm here to pitch Skillshare. It's an online learning platform.
Can you share more?
Sure, the first 1,000 people to use the link below get a free trial of Skillshare Premium, which gives you access to hundreds upon hundreds of different classes, from video editing to drawing to pretty much anything you can think of.
Great.
Some 앞으로는 SA이나.
I think that's all we need. Thanks for coming in.
Sure. Hey, is the food bar downstairs? Is that free? Can I?
No, it's not. Just kidding. Yeah. Grab what you wanted.
Oh.
Wormholes are essentially a space-time shortcut that could, in theory, even potentially allow for time travel. It's become a popular theory due to the pure lack of evidence that's been found in the Bermuda Triangle crashes. The only problem with this theory is that science hasn't actually proven them to exist yet. However, that hasn't stopped them from being thrown around as a theory for the Bermuda Triangle. Some people use the wormhole theory as a reasoning for why there has not been much evidence found from the disappeared ships and airplanes, while a more scientific approach credits the Gulf Stream for carrying away the pieces. It makes for great entertainment, however, it's definitely one of the more far-fetched explanations presented for the Bermuda Triangle. Of course, there are always the theories that revolve around aliens, but why try to explain one unproven theory with another unproven theory? The reason for bringing up aliens comes from the fact that very little traces from the wrecks have ever been found. While the more scientific theories can tell us why a ship would sink or an airplane crash, most of them don't explain why there is such a small amount of evidence of wreckage. And so, the explanation of aliens started to gain some popularity, but compared to other theories, it's certainly less convincing. So many theories have popped up over the years proposing new ideas to be the cause of this mystery that has become quite hard to determine what could be the actual cause, if there even is a cause at all. Many have begun to argue that the vast majority of missing ships that are contained within the Bermuda Triangle are simply a result of how popular the area is. After all, many airplanes and ships have gone missing throughout the years in other locations, and the Bermuda Triangle is one of the most highly traveled through areas. In addition, with recent advances in technology, we have been able to more closely examine the recent incidents within the Bermuda Triangle to see what really happened. For example, in 2015, the SSL Pharaoh sank off the coast of the Bahamas within the Triangle. However, we know that the reasoning behind why it sank was due to accidentally going into a hurricane. And surprisingly, search crews were actually able to identify the location and wreckage of the ship, 15,000 feet below the surface. This has led some to believe that the Bermuda Triangle doesn't necessarily have anything mysterious about it at all, but rather it's just home to many natural disasters capable of destroying ships. Perhaps we'll never know the true reason behind the instances within the Bermuda Triangle, but it certainly seems that the cumulative of these theories could have led to an increase of missing ships and planes throughout the years. Whether it's scientific, supernatural, or even just human error, the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle still remains unsolved.
On behalf of the flight crew, thank you for flying with us and have a pleasant stay.